video is going to be a bit of an incoherent one. Yeah, this is big stuff, man. Flipping Ruination. Proper new, shiny, lovely Classics Generations update time Ruination. Is this real? Suffice to say, I put down a pre-order for this thing a long time ago. Straight away. As soon as it was up, I was like, boosh! Pushing that pre-order button into the core of the earth with only my mind. And I had to have this, and it is here. That long wait, because it's been like since October or something. Long wait is over, and it's like finally. The end of Combiner Wars is nigh. It's gone out with one hell of a bang. I don't need any more of these things now. This is the only one that I ever really wanted anyway. Here it is, it's real. I had to keep telling myself that. It's real, they've actually really done a new Ruination. And while it isn't quite the one I would have wanted, I'll get into that. Oh, it's just a masterpiece, man. Just bloody top tier stuff. In case you don't know, yeah, Ruination is a big thing to me. This was my first ever kind of encounter with anything combiners. Rollbar and Movor, back in the spring of 2002, finding them at some massive warehouse type discount toy store and taking them home, just like, that's special. That's a particularly vague yet defining TF memory I've got in the back of my head rolling around there somewhere, just getting them, enjoying them at this sort of nice time of year outside. And yeah, so I never got, until years later when I could get them off the secondary market or that kind of thing. The rest of them I never had Ruination when I was a young'un, but those two, just those two, I just, yeah, love, man. To have this bloody proper big articulated, dripping with detail, incredibly good paint thing is just, it's transcendent, man. It's I'm out there, I'm just gone. Now, I thought Bruticus was good, but this whole thing, whole package, presentation, everything going on here just swats him into the sea. You can forget about him. This is a million times better in just about every way. I mean, for a start, the first thing you're probably looking at, of course, metallic stuff, all the gold and silver. It's just eye-meltingly good. And before you get into any of the decos of the individual ones, which are also really above average and all that, and it's just look at it. Is this not just one of the best things you've ever seen? And it's gold. I don't want gold. What's gold? Gold and green don't go together. What is this? It's like some kind of kitsch, gaudy thing you find in a Chinese restaurant that's got too much gold and it doesn't need gold on it. Gold and silver do not go together, but it looks so good. It just works. A lot of parts of my head are telling me that it's wrong, because I like the toy colours Ruination, the old Hasbro colours one, because of course this is the Car Robots anime style one, which is of course what Japan would make. This is a Japanese product for Japan. They're not going to go and make the grey and blue tank-legged version that I want, because I don't live in Japan, and people in Japan would look at that and go, that's wrong. So it's alright, it's just as it should be. Maybe I'd like it a bit more if I'd actually seen the RID cartoon. But yeah, there's still a very big part of my mind that's telling me, no, this should be grey, some of this green should be a bit darker. Movor should have like some kind of weathering stuff on there, but actually the Japanese one did too, so I don't know why this one's missing that. Rollbar, my boy, he shouldn't have like an army star on there. He looks exactly like Hound. He needs the sand wash on the front. Armorhide, actually, you know what? Well, I'd like him to be blue. I really like sandy coloured tanks. That just works. It's like Deep Desert Armorhide or something. I can take that. I like it. This is good. Rotor's pretty much exactly the same. But yeah, it's a lot of things on the hands and feet as well. It's a lot of things I wish were a different colour or had some different stuff going on with the decos. But really, once I got this in hand, it's just enthralling. All of that just drips away. It just rescinds into nothingness, because the way this is done is, you can't fault it. You can't fault it. So it's not the particular deco that I longed for in my heart of hearts, but it's the closest damn thing I'm ever going to get, I think, really, isn't it? Everything here is just, it's all just done with that extra level of polish. It just means even though it's not the colours I wanted, it's still so ruddy good. And then the guns actually stick together into bigger guns. Where has this been for the entirety of Combinables? Yeah, that's good, and yeah, they look a bit silly, but you know, there's ports and posts everywhere. You can do what you like with them. This is just the standard setup because I can vaguely remember that, and I've yet to muck about with it enough to find out one that looks better. But yeah, you know, he's got these are Scattershots guns from the Computron set. I think all the grey ones are from the United Warriors Constructicons. So I suppose there I've got like a set of cool extra guns to give my Combinables Constructicons, but they're never going to touch them because these belong to the Commandos. Because like you could even stick these gold ones up on the bits up here and give him really big shoulder cannons and arch them over his head, and so much to just have fun with. For once, if one of these big combiner guys, and the hands and the feet really do help. Yes, I have to admit, these new big feet, these lovely properly shaped combiner feet with ankle tilts that are ratcheted, they're actually kind of difficult to use to get him to stand up because they're completely hollow really, and all of his weight kind of wants to just go towards the front. It's like they need to be set at a different kind of position because everyone knows that Bruticus kind of leans one way or the other if you just stand him on a shelf, and this guy doesn't seem to do that as much, but because of the feet, because of the way that the centre of gravity works with them, you have to click his hips back, otherwise he won't stand up. He'll just tip forward even worse than he would have done with the funny Combinables hand feet. So that's a little bit of a bummer because I was really hoping they used to be really solid and you could just plonk him down anywhere and he'd stand, and the tilts in the ankles would be so much help because that was the one thing that you really needed to get with the Combinables lads, and that stunted their posability. But the trouble is, there's 2 clicks on each of these feet, and you can never get one because they get in the way of the legs, and it's just, oh man. Hands, mate, these mitts, these punchy fists, that's just what we needed from day one as well. Look at the sculpting on that. That's how you do a big old fist. Try to just get loads of sets of these hands and feet in all different colours to replace all the ones from the others, because this is just adds so much. Just makes it look right because it has proper ends to these appendages. So yeah, Ruination all combined. Your big bad Baldigus. Yeah, it's pretty good, ain't it? Yeah. God, yes, the shine, detail, it's hands, feet, paint, everything, tightness of joints, everything. Good, yeah. Okay, let's tear him apart and look at the individual lads one by one. Here's Rollbar. He has to come first because he's special. He's just special. So yes, here he is, just being a green swindle like he should be. But just like this, in this deco, especially with this star on the front, it looks just like Hound, and it shouldn't. I don't know, it just feels very, very much like I've just bought the same thing again. Yeah, so it's a bit of a different shade of green. Yeah, so some of this, the roll bars on roll bar are picked out in some different paint. He's got the commando symbols up the back here, that are kind of hard to see, and I'd really kind of think about putting repro labels on the whole lot of these, because I got a freebie sheet of them, but they're all silver backed, and RID guys need white backed ones, so the inner 9-year-old in me would just scream at me if I actually went and did that. So I guess for now I'm just going to leave them like they are and maybe look into some other repro labels, or maybe hope that they'll do a set specifically for these to make them a little bit more like I want them. But yeah, this is good. It's a green Jeep. What can you complain about? The wheels are painted. It's nice. And right here is the robot I have been waiting so very long for. Proper new deluxe Posable, detailed roll bar. My boy, done properly. The orange on his chest and the green night vision goggles. He's got one gun that's big and thick and one that's a bit smaller. Everything is here. Everything is here. Yes, okay, if this was like the ultimate perfect world, then this world would be a bit different to begin with. Like, Swindle shouldn't really work this way. I mean, yeah, I'm tracking back all these complaints to this being Swindle because, you know, this is right, this is right. He should just be a repaint of Swindle. That's all that needed to happen. But I wish it was different, so I wish Swindle was different. His legs should be made of the back of the Jeep. He should have wheels up here behind his head on the chunk that's made of the front. It's just a little bit off here and there for what I would want in a perfect world. I want there to be a flat bit on his knee that a badge could go on. But all of that put aside, this is simply gorgeous. I mean, the Swindle mould, so much detail in it. It's so perfectly detailed. All rivets and bits and pieces are just so utilitarian. And it hits the spot with this guy so much better. Look at this thing and it's just like, yeah, I can sleep easy. I've got something I've wanted very much for a very long time that I never actually thought would probably exist. Yeah, boy, roll bar, it's just where it's at. Jeepy, green, utilitarian army robot man, realistic detail, proper vehicular surfaces, guns and that. Love. To the arbitrarily next best one, it's Movor. I got a space shuttle. Yes, this is my first sort of take at the blast off mould, if you don't count Strafe, which is a retool of it. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd looking space shuttle. You know, all this stuff shouldn't really stick that far out the back. There should be 3 thrusters in a triangle. I'm nitpicking. There shouldn't be arms up the side. Why are these here? It just looks like they should be somewhere else. It's a nice space shuttle. I love how the windows are picked out in the exact same purple paint that the original's face was done in. Oh yes, that's a good boy. I can't remember whether I picked up Rollbar or Movil first when I bought the two of them together. It's quite likely I picked up Movil first because I like space shuttles. So this is just... it's good, yeah. But it needs some like heat blast weathering along the top. And it needs badges on the wings. Proper purple badges on the wings is what it needs. But yes, it's good. It's good. You stick the gun under here, that makes a little bit of landing gear type stuff, which reminds me of Armada Jetfire actually. The best bit is as you transform him, the tail fin isn't all flopping about all over the place because it's 2 solid pieces. Nice. I like to movo. You like to movo. We like to movo. Yeah, in robot mode's pretty nice, pretty nice. I mean, I wish his arms were a bit thicker, I guess, because I want them to be made at the front of the space shuttle. But it's all good. He's got the orange. He's got the big black legs. Some of this detail here is just right. The wings fold up down the sides. He's got this big, nice gunmetal rifle, which I quite like. But really, I just wish he'd had 2 guns to stick on his legs, because he's got the ports here, and I just feel like I need to find 2 identical grey guns to stick down there. But yeah, it's nice. It's good. It's good. Looking at this, you know, turning things round. Blast off is a bit weird, isn't he? That would be blast off chest. Yeah, nah mate, I'm glad I skipped on that. I do kind of not understand why his face isn't purple, because I think Takara Toy had a purple face as well. But it's all good. It's proper space shuttle man. Space times. Spacey space times with ankle tilts and good knees and all of this, and his orange hot pants. Yeah. Once again, I'm just met with the robot that I've kind of had existing, floating about in the back of my dreams for about 15 years. Yeah, boy. Realise I'm not referring to any of them by their Japanese names. That's because I can't remember them most of the time. But I remember who Armorhide is, because he's called Dangar, and it's a bit like Dengar, the bounty hunter from Star Wars, who is pretty much the same colour. He's all like drab beige colours, isn't he, on his costume? So I remember that one. Yeah, Armorhide being all desert camo. it's good. Let's not try and think about the fact I'm reliving 2002 through toys, and so is America and their relations with the Middle East. Yeah, it's a tank, it's good. Sit the gun at the top here, that actually kind of looks right. You've got this big ammo belt coming out of it. Yeah, paint is, you know, what's more than Brawl got, isn't it? So it's nice. Don't understand the white dots about the place. It's obviously something the old one had, but it's nice, especially with the gunmetal treads. Now you're probably wondering how well this robot mode holds up, because Brawl for a few people was a bit of a floppy mess. This is completely, yeah, everything is fixed. Everything is fixed. I mean, this, I like that. It's a nab crunch. Adds a bit of dynamism. All of this seems to lock in properly. Nothing is flopping about. He holds together there. His arms don't droop about all over the place. The hinge in here is properly tight. It's not even like detent or anything. It's just really tight. The ball joints as well don't seem to be too bad. Everything is in order, but I'm kind of aware that for whatever reason I'm not really feeling it as much as I was Brawl. Not sure, don't know. Maybe it's actually all just brown. But yeah, it's decent. Can't really beat a solid tank man, can you? Rotor then, who quite appropriately has proper rotors. Yeah, this is of course the vortexy retooling of the old Alpha Bravo guy. 4 rotors just makes it so much better. I mean, it's obviously a lot more to get floppy and bent out of shape and scarily accidentally make swastikas with. But yeah, it's a good helicopter. Paint where it needs to be. They haven't painted the rockets, but I don't really mind. Yeah, it's a nice blue heli lad. I like Rotor because for some reason he just seemed to stick out among some of these guys back in the day. He's just a bit of a more striking sort of look. A red and blue and orange and silver helicopter man. There aren't really any others of those, are there? But yeah, I'd say definitely this is the best of the Combiner Wars helicopters, because now I have enough to make a whole combiner with just helicopters. Yeah, he certainly gets a nice striking robot mode. Looks so much better than Vortex, Alpha Bravo and Blaze. Everyone just, yeah, that's good, isn't it? Look at all the colours there. All the red popping out from all this deep dark blue, all the orange and the silver and this grey stuff. And I was like, why is there grey stuff? And it's to create the same effect that the screws had in the chest of the old one. That's like, what? Going to that level on a deco, it's pretty crazy, and it works. It's nice. It's just going that extra mile, really, isn't it? You know, even the inside of his arms, they've done a different colour, and he gets an extra little gun. But of course, you know, he has his proper bright red one, so you don't really need that, do you? But the only real gripe I'd have with him is the rotors. Just, I mean, yeah, it's nice to have that for the helicopter mode, but all of this is too much, all hanging off his bum. Yeah, it's just very much straying into the annoying kibble territory, because while they do fold up a bit, they just sit in a weird place. And last but not least at all, because he's the biggest lad, it's Mega Octane, and he's a long army greenish truck with some big guns on the top. Everything seems to be in order here. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm going to be picky about deco again and say that it needs more camo going on. It's like there isn't really any apart from like on the top. Yeah, that needs to be just a little bit different. And the green as well. Yeah, I'm used to a darker, more kind of khaki shade green, this kind of olive kind of colour. But it's good. It's good. The gold stuff. Again, like Onslaught, it's like, what is all this? I don't know what any of this up here is. But the extra guns, sticking on these guns, makes that all look a bit better, and it's all a little bit more heavy artillery than it would have been otherwise, just looking like it's got some like big hose things on here. It's a truck, it's got painted wheels. Yeah, it's not really a lot to say. Bot mode, however, absolutely kills it. Like, this is so much better than Onslaught. It really is. First off, everything is just in better working order than Onslaught. Like, he was a bit of a rickety, I mean, yeah, he's still a bit, makes that noise with the wheels on the plastic clips shaking, but Onslaught was a little bit floppy. Some of the joints weren't good, like his arms going in and out, they would just flop about a bit on mine, and everything just didn't really feel quite up to scratch. But this, yeah, everything's fine. His arms are actually really tight on both hinges. this elbow here that I'm currently bending was actually so tight out of the box that I didn't think it would ever move. Once I actually got it to move, there was a loud crack. I thought I'd broken it, and then it moved. So, yeah, there's some good joints on this guy. His head still doesn't really seem like it works on a ball joint properly. Like, you still have to use the hinge that it transforms on to get him to look down. But it's not a problem. It looks good. Like all the stuff in his chest. So it's not got all the little bits picked out like Onslaught had, but there's lots of paint in here. There's lots of paint in here. It looks good. It's a nice focal point. He's got bright orange pants on and camo legs and big gold guns now, which just seems better. That seems much better, having a pair of guns he holds and he still has these poking up behind his head. That is good. I like it, yes. So that's Ruination. That's your UWEX Combatron Combiner Baldigus. Oh my days. Yeah, I'm glad that this was the last Combiner box set. So what a way to finish it all, but then at the same time, it's so good that I don't ever need any more. It's like, so I haven't got that Leo Kaiser one, or maybe G2 Bruticus might be alright to pick up one day. But no, I can leave all of them behind now, because I've got the set that I really wanted right from the beginning. As soon as there was even a whiff of them doing a Bruticus, I was like, please, please, please do Ruination, please, please. And they have. And while it's not quite the one that I wanted, it's still what it is. It's still Ruination. It's still those guys from the car robots. Oh, mate, it's proper early 2000s referential stuff. Let's face it, it's pretty bloody obscure, really, isn't it? Everyone knows Bruticus, not everyone knows Ruination. Hardly anyone knows the name Baldigus, so yeah, just to have this just feels like such a gift, especially to a fan like me who likes his early 2000s stuff that is hardly ever revisited. Oh, did I say that the hands go in the feet and you can do things with them? Yes, there's one thing to say that the Combinables hand feet would actually make guns and usable accessories. These are just lumps, but I'm okay with just chucking them somewhere because the individual robots themselves are so good with all their guns and everything. It's just, you don't need extra big stuff like that. And somehow actually having like the old hand foot things as guns for the rest of these guys, yeah, that would have felt weird. It wouldn't have felt right. It would have taken away from them a little bit, even though that's what I'm used to with having all the Combinable stuff like that. Something about just actually having two regular guns on them feels so much better. But yeah, it's just the best set ever, and oh my god, this time last year I got Grand Galvatron, and I still haven't spoken about that on video because I thought it was going to be great and amazing, because that was another set of obscure, weird, repainty, referential stuff, and it just didn't really hit the spot. This more than makes up for that. This more than makes up for a year of looking at that thing going, oh, it is kind of nice, I do like two bits of it. This is just a tour de force of absolute face-punching goodness. It's just... yes, straight to the back of my mind, from my eyes, I am met with just pure joy. I'll see you later, yeah? I've got childhood dreams made reality to play with.